Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday. Digital Business Forum. Be informed. Be inspired.
All right. Hey, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. If it is your first time to see me, my name is Dorothy Nakalema, and I'm originally from Uganda, currently in the United States. Today, I'm super excited. Guess what? We have the Bay Area. We have the guest from Bay Area. So today, the show is for only people Bay Area. All right. So anyways, be informed, be inspired. We always here every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, and 10 p.m. UK time, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so I'm a mother and a proud digital business coach globally. So that's a little bit about me. Let's go to David.
Thank you so much, Dorothy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. From wherever you're watching us, you're welcome to this episode of the Digital Business Forum. My name is David. I'm an advisor on cybersecurity here in the Bay Area, and I'm also a digital business entrepreneur. We come here every Sunday, as usual, to inform and inspire you on what's happening in the digital space so you can take advantage of it. We're excited today to be hosting Beth from the Bay Area. She's our neighbor. It looks like tonight is a California thing. And I'm also realizing that, just prior to this interview, actually, we had a chat with Beth. And if you're in the Bay Area, get in touch with us. It looks like there's a party. Looks like people have kind of connected in the Bay Area that are doing the same business. So we might want to take advantage of that kind of community, share experiences and share anything about the business and, business at large. If you're new, if you'd like to learn something from another person, that might be a good opportunity. You're welcome, Beth, and I'll take you on your offer for that. So back to you, Dorothy. I think that's enough with my introductions.
All right. Thank you so much, David. I had even forgotten that. So everybody in the Bay Area, you're doing the business, digital business, entrepreneur, we have a platform for you. Make sure you inbox any of us, okay? It's an amazing. So, and now it's time for our amazing coach, Beth. The floor is yours. Can you introduce a little bit about yourself before we can dive in?
Absolutely. So, hi, everybody. Like they said, I am here in the Bay Area. Very excited to speak to fellow business owners who are also located here in the Bay Area. And we are really growing so much because of our online business. My name is Beth Cherian. I am a mom. I work full-time as an engineer. And I've been doing the online business for almost 3 years. I'm a global business coach like David and Dorothy here. So we hope that we can offer you guys great information about our online business and inspire you guys as well to perhaps explore it if it could be a good fit for your family as well. So I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
All right. Thank you so much for that short, brief, straight to the point introduction. So now, could you elaborate on your journey into the digital online business world for our audience out there and what motivated you? And may we know a little bit about your background and what motivated you to go into the digital world?
Right, absolutely. So yeah, nearly 3 years ago, I saw about this in Facebook. I was just scrolling about, and then I saw someone posting about the results and their checks and all the things that they are receiving in their business. So it intrigued me. So over time, I didn't look into it right away. Over time, as I was seeing it, then I got even more curious. I made a reach out. And what made me reach out was just, my life situation. Even though, I have a good job, decent pay and everything, but because sometimes life happens, I kind of always looking for like a plan B, right? Something that I could, earn something on the side, like a side hustle, things like that. So I always had side hustles going for me. But what I really liked about this online business is, flexibility, especially if, for moms. I'm sure you guys can understand that we'd rather spend most of our days, most of our time with our family rather than elsewhere outside the home, right? Whether it be employer or what have you. So yeah, I was just looking around, and then I'm also thinking about like the future, getting more security for that, at least financially. So yeah, I started reaching out about this online business, researching about it, finding out more information about it, and the more the information that I gathered, then the more I wanted to try it for myself. And so yeah, I just went ahead and took the leap of faith, started this business, and it's a great business. Definitely, a lot of learning involved with it, because it is a real business. It's not just some kind of scheme. So yeah, I love the flexibility, especially for moms, and so many other things. Because as I compare it to the other side hustles that I have tried, this one checks all the boxes, right? Like no need for inventory, no need for shipping and handling. You don't have to deal with angry customers because I use Amazon and different stores. You will get complaints. Where's my package? This and that. So you don't have to deal with any of that. And so many other things that we will discuss along the way. But those are kind of the big things that I saw. Just the system overall. I think that's what really sold me. Knowing that we can have an automated system, helping our businesses. Then again, as a mom, I like it's almost like having your personal assistant or secretary,
Right.
helping you run the business on the side, while I, focusing, having my career, and then, also making sure that I am taking care of my family, all of that. So, yeah, I mean, so many things, right? That kind of made me do this online business.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for sharing. That's
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. That's amazing. Actually, you were speaking that you saw this on Facebook, you saw somebody crushing some checks, and here
Mm-hmm.
is a question in the comment section. One day somebody was commenting, and this person says that I see these checks, people flashing checks on Facebook. Is it that the 149 is the business? Once you pay 149, you keep on bringing in people pay 149 and get those checks? How can you how can you answer such a question to a person who is seeing us out there and they're thinking that, we if it's not your first time to see us, you all know that we have that consultation fee. It's a registration fee of 149, but unfortunately some people receive it otherwise. They think that that is the startup capital and it's all about paying the money and then tell others to pay and then get these checks. It's
Mm-hmm.
not even adding up. Those checks are crazy, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
advice can you give of that kind of a people, or what can you comment on that?
Mm-hmm. Right. So our business is really brilliantly designed. So think of a business in a box, right? So the business in a box, you open this, and then it's almost like you follow the instructions. And then as you do the instructions, then you get exposed to the different companies that we are partnered with. So again, think of affiliate marketing as well. So with affiliate marketing, there's different companies with their different products, and then each time those products are sold, then we get a little bit of commission, and that's what those checks are for. It has nothing to do with the 149. The 149 is the investment you make on your business. Okay, that has nothing to do with us. So basically, as we set up our business, we get it going. Make sure that we have the proper accounts because we are federally regulated. That's why this is not a scam, because we pay taxes on this business. So as we get as we set up our account, and then our account is active, and then we are able to sell the different products of the companies that we are partner with, then that's how we get the commission checks. But as far as the selling part, if that scares you, it scares me too. But with our online business, with the automation part of our business, you don't necessarily have to do the hard selling yourself. Okay, our system helps us with the selling part. Again, this is another thing that I found very attractive in with this business format, is that we don't have to chase our family and friends. Okay, we don't have to just do any of the hard selling. And so like, it's a breath of fresh air for someone who hates selling, right? We just don't want to put ourselves out there sometimes. And so with this online business, you don't necessarily have to do that.
Wow. Thank you so much for
Mm-hmm.
sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
David, do you have anything to say?
Yeah. Thank you, Beth.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Beth, for that submission.
Mm-hmm.
Beth, we do have a lot of people that are in the same place that you were when you first saw this business. They're browsing the net, they're enjoying life, scrolling on their social media, and boom, they see a post. Okay, they see a post, and it's talking about an opportunity. And for those that have an interest in transforming the way they earn and try something different, they'll go down the rabbit hole to see where it ends and what's down there. And a lot of people, much as they sometimes go that route, they're hit with a lot of skepticism.
Mm-hmm.
They're hit with a lot of skepticism because this is not something that has been recommended to you, but something that you've stumbled on
Yes.
during your browsing process. You know what I mean? So that brings me to a very interesting question. What was this experience for you? Could you elaborate? No. I read something here. How have you been able to identify that this is the good opportunity for you to jump on? Because I mean, I don't know how many other opportunities you saw before you could decide that
Mm-hmm.
this is the one. So, what was your criteria for choosing this, or how were
Mm-hmm.
you able to tell that what, out of the so many, you mentioned drop shipping at some point, that you've been online doing
Mm-hmm.
other hustles in drop shipping. It's a different ball game as well. But then you saw this, and what was your criteria? What's your criteria like to identify what a good opportunity to jump on is, and
Right.
how come you weren't skeptical about this particular?
Yeah, and that's a great question, because I'm sure a lot of us, a lot of people can relate, especially nowadays with the online world, right? So many things can be, scam, and then so many things can be real. And how do you tell the difference? Um, so yeah, with this one, I was skeptical too, believe it or not. I didn't jump into this just, blindly. But what helps with the skepticism, guys, is information.
Right.
That's what will help kind of cross out the different doubts and fears that you may have about everything, really. So that's why when I starting to get even more curious, then I reached out like, hey, can you give me more information? And the thing is, each question I asked, it was answered. That's how you know if it's if the business out there, or the opportunity, whatever is being offered to you, or whatever it is that you're seeing, your questions have to be answered, and it has to be backed up by results, and it has to be backed up by not just one person, but really a community.
Right.
Because one person can fool you, 10 people, 100 people can fool you, but if you have thousands and thousands of people who are having results from something, then that's your proof of concept.
Right.
So don't be afraid to reach out to get information. And if you reach out really to any of us, we give you all the information that you will need, even before you make any sort of commitment to get started. um, and so when I saw this one, how I compared it to other businesses, and the reason why I choose to go ahead and start. For the biggest one was really the no inventory and the no shipping, because again, I was selling on Amazon and I was just tired of having inventory, keeping it in the warehouse, storing it there for months until it gets liquidated. So I didn't want any of that. So again, check, right? Schedule. Like, there are side hustles wherein you have to trade your time for money, right? I already do that in my full-time job. That
Right.
takes me away from my family. So if I have another side hustle wherein I have to trade my time again for money, then that means it's all, to me, it defeats the purpose of having a side hustle, because again, it's taking me away longer from my family. So with the online business, I can do this really anytime, anywhere. All right, so to me, those are huge keys, because that means if my kids are sleeping at home, they are safely in their bed, then I can work on this, at home too. I
Right.
don't have to hire a sitter. I don't have to be out there risking my life or whatever. I am home with my family while I am working on this online business as I am growing it. Another thing was, there's so many other things. Oh, the high end products that we have, I love it so much, because for an effort, like when I sold on Amazon, I would sell, like, for example, just different things like phone accessory or whatever, where I would make probably like $2, $5 per product. So you would imagine, if I want to make $1,000 a month in profit, then that means I have to sell a lot, right? A lot of
Mm-hmm.
inventory.
Mm.
So that kind of, when I saw that with this business, we sell high end, great quality product, some products that I could stand behind, products that I could be proud of. Again, to me, it's a no brainer. Like one sell could easily be a few hundreds, even a few thousands in some cases. So, I love that. Again, another check, right? Um, and when I started my Amazon business, my starting capital was really a lot, because you have
Right.
to have a lot of products in the warehouse. With
Yeah.
this one, the starting capital is reasonable. Okay, it's reasonable for how much potential earnings you can make. um and then what else? Oh, we have a global community. The support is there always. Like, even meeting David and Dorothy now, the support is there all the time. Like, you just have to reach out and there will be support.
Right.
Sometimes you will get tired of the support, it's too much. But yeah, it's there. It's something that, again, I didn't find in other kind of, side hustle. There's so many more, but those are kind of the top things. Automation is huge, like I already mentioned in the previous question. Um, and then, yeah, you don't have to be like super tech savvy. In fact, a lot of people start with, just, many people didn't start having like an online experience, because we have a step by step training, in sequence, in proper sequence, to kind of build up, your comfortability in working online. So again, everything is there. But of course, you have to do the work, just like anything. But yeah, those are, what kind of helped with the skepticism, and what made me decide, like, okay, this is worth giving a try.
Thank you so much, Beth.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I understand from your submission. You did your due diligence,
Yes.
and you did it so well. You know, yeah. So yeah, you say there was no need to inventory items like your former hustle. Dealing with high ticket products also gives you that opportunity to to create an income, with minimal input, but you get the results. If you don't have to sell so many low ticket products to make some money, if you can sell just a few, but you're able to break even and make some money, then that's really wonderful. Reasonable startup capital. I'm trying to go over some of the things you said for just
Mm-hmm.
for the sake of the people that are watching us, to see where the catch points or the key elements many people look for when they're starting up businesses. So you don't miss on that. automation without the need to be super tech savvy. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because this business allows you the opportunity to, I don't want to use this word, but to get lazy a bit. You know what I mean? Because you have you have automation. It means it's like business on steroids. It's working even when you are asleep. You know,
Yeah.
so that is good. That is good. You might not be able to do that in so many other businesses, but with that, with the kind of automation that this opportunity gives, obviously, Beth, you say, from your research and due diligence, you were able to make that decision easy. Thank you for sharing. Dorothy,
Mm-hmm.
do you have anything to add on? Maybe ask a question.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Faith, for sharing with us. And thank you so much, David, for that submission too. So, of all of that, after putting everything together, you're fully in as a digital entrepreneur now. Were there any moments you felt like giving up? Maybe, and if so, what really motivated you keep going? Because we all know as human beings, right, that kind of sense will sometime on your journey. I've realized that most of the successful people, no matter what professional or what businesses they're doing, you will find that always there is that kind of story, and they're like, because of this or this, it kept me moving, and that's why you see me here. So, can
Mm-hmm.
you share with us if there is any moment like that?
Oh, so many moments. Which one you want me to start with?
Um,
Um,
you can start with any. The reason why
yeah,
we
so many
actually
moments.
want to share these kind of moments, it's because we bring a lot of like guests, all the successful guests in our community, and everybody, they go through different challenges, right? And people who are out
Yeah,
there, once they think about digital, they think it's something you're gonna put in your money and seed, and then money comes in at the end of the day. But there is, as you
right.
mentioned earlier, there is work you need to put in, right? So
Yes.
you can share all challenges, any part of the challenges you've ever, faced, and how did you get to, overcome them? Like, how did you get to overcome those challenges?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, so many times because especially in the beginning you're so excited to start, right? You're like very hopeful. Oh, I'm gonna definitely put my heart and soul into this. And then when you experience bumps and this and that, then you start to question yourself. You start to question, the business and all of that. And those are all normal. It's all part of life. Sometimes things happen at home, and then I don't get to have as much time to work on the business, then that kind of slows down a little bit.
Mhm.
But just keep going anyway. Yeah, that's why it's very important, our community, because it's not all these like different pauses and the different obstacles, almost every single one in the community have experienced some kind of things. Because like when you start and then you started earning a certain level of income, how when your knowledge when you started and to get to that point will require for you to grow. And then again you reach that level of income. To get to the next level of income, again it requires for you to grow again. So again, right, just life, not just with a business, but we have to really keep growing. We have to keep learning. Sometimes I don't want anymore, I'm tired. But the thing is, we stop, then unfortunately we're not gonna grow either. Because someone said, I don't know who now, but they say your level of learning is almost directly proportional to your level of earning. So if we don't grow anymore, then also our earning kind of stops too. So yeah, just keep learning. I look at my children, they are young still. So when I think about them, when I think about their future, then it makes me keep going. I look at my debt. I haven't mentioned about my debt. I have a mountain high debt that I'm trying to pay off as soon as I can. I look at that. I'm like, there's just no way I'll be able to pay that off in the timeline that I want if I only have my full time job. So like these little things kind of help push me that if I don't do anything, then nothing will happen, right? So even though sometimes it's hard, sometimes this and that, I choose to still show up for my business because that's really, for my future. um so yeah, I hope that helps. Yeah, you will experience a lot, and that's okay, because if you don't experience anything, I feel like you're not doing anything, to be honest.
Right.
Because it will just require you to keep growing and growing and growing, and sometimes you want to give up, but you can't. You just have to keep going.
Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. We can't wait to have the celebrations when you're paying off that debt at the end of the day, right? Hope to get
Yes.
that story. It will be for another day. Thank you so much, actually, for
Hmm.
sharing. So basically, our audience out there, I believe here, you too get a point that life, it doesn't matter even if it's in business or your own life, it's not going to be a 360 for you. You need to do things differently so that you can keep growing. Let not just celebrate new year, let not just celebrate, oh, 1 year plus on my age. Let us celebrate even the growth on your income. I believe that is what that was the main point for that submission. Thank you so much for sharing, my dear. Back to you, David. Are you saying anything?
Hmm. Of course. Hmm.
Thank you so much, Dorothy and Beth. Thank you for sharing
Hmm.
that part of your journey. Um, Beth, I know you don't have so much time. I would have loved to know how you maneuvered any of the technical challenges during the development of your business, but you gave me that impression that you've been a digital hustler. You've done dropshipping and things of the night. So pretty much you have a certain level of understanding of technologies. So this wasn't really new. So that takes me to a question here. Can you share any valuable lessons, or insights um, that you've gained from your experience as an online business owner? What what can you leave with our viewers? From your dropshipping business to this that you're doing here. What have you gathered as experiences that you can share with our people to encourage them to take advantage of the digital um, business environment. Thank you.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So if I were to pick only one, I think I would pick, just, rely on the community, rely on your, business partners. Um, because, sometimes as entrepreneurs, right, we kind of work alone. We try to figure out everything alone, and there's some value to that, yes. But kind of you know, expand that a little bit so that you can really capitalize on the community. And with our online business, we're really lucky to have a great community, people who are there truly willing to help. They always lend a helping hand, but you just have to reach out, because like I said, they're also doing their own business, they also have their own families. If you don't reach out, how will people know what kind of help you need? And this is some of the things, like even yeah, like you know uh you know sometimes I would even have a hard time, like, oh my gosh, I know that they're busy, or I don't want to bug them, or I can try to figure this out on my own. But it doesn't really help. So something that I'm really learning a lot is just, yeah, reaching out, learning from others experience, because there's a lot of value in that you cannot get from any textbook.
Yeah.
um like even talking like this, right? Like each one will have their own kind of set of experiences. You cannot just rely on one. It has to be a community, so that it's a collective learning, right? The wisdom there is what's valuable. um so yeah, I would say that. And then don't burn bridges as well. Like um it's not worth getting what you want if you burn a relationship, right? Like sometimes it's okay to kind of lose the battle but win the war kind of thing. What I mean by that is, yeah, value the business relationship that you build no matter what business you are into. Like for example, I have tried so many other businesses. When I was doing Amazon, then I was like doing Zumba instructing for a little bit. Again, so I tried so many things, but I'm in touch with all those people because you just don't know when you will need them, right? And it's just good professional practice too. You burn bridges in one, you don't know how that will affect you and your business decisions and your life later on. So yeah, I would say that one. And then valuable lessons, huh? And then so that's kind of like outwardly, right? So I would say that's outwardly, but inwardly in yourself, any valuable lesson or insight that I apply on my own outside of everything else is just, yeah, keep going, have your faith, believe in God. Because really, I feel like money is just a tool. It makes life easier, but in the grand scheme of things, a relationship it's with God is what matters. But those are kind of the two main things that I would impart. Um, so I hope that helps.
Yes, thanks,
Mm-hmm.
Beth. That really helps.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's not every day that somebody comes out here and they um, share in this particular angle you came in. These are like soft skills or life skills that we take lightly, but if you're the way you've been able to incorporate that in business, really, and share it as an insight or something to leave behind for whoever is watching us. It's really nice and very important. Capitalize and leverage the communities. So we have mentorship, we have coaching, and these are the direct people in the business we do. These are the first direct contacts you have. But then besides that, there's these online groups and communities, which you can take advantage of by asking questions, sharing information, and finding ways of improving business. Because life and business is about continuous improvement. There's always a better way to do something, you know. So what better way to find out how faster than taking advantage of a community or talking to people? So when you say don't burn bridges, because when I have something here that I would like to share, it really it was hammered in so hard yesterday. I was scrolling online, and then there was this gentleman who said, "What is the main reason we build businesses?" That was the question. And for so many, they say, "What's obvious? To make money, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So for so many people, they say, "We build businesses to make money." Okay. But then, interestingly, he had a different angle. He said, "We create, we do business to create and keep a customer,
Mm-hmm.
to create and keep a customer, and to make
Mm-hmm.
so many sales, meaning to create more relationships and keep those customers. Eventually, the money comes."
It's the
See how that
Mm-hmm.
ties into see how that ties into what you just said, that
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
don't work so hard not to burn bridges, because you just don't know how a relationship here is gonna intertwine into something you're doing tomorrow or somewhere else.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, you're creating and keeping customers, relations, and all these contacts that come your way. And with all that put together, that counts for your success. Counts for your success. In business, the more you're able to create and keep, the money just follows. Okay, so yeah, so that's something I wanted to share out there. But thank you so much for bringing that angle. It's a different way of looking at what we do in businesses, and I really do appreciate you coming out here, Beth. I know for sure you are set to share just a few minutes with us.
Yeah.
Dorothy, I don't know whether you have anything to say, but for me, Dorothy, Beth, I'm saying thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
And since you're in the Bay Area, remember I'm taking you on your offer.
Yes, we'll meet in person very soon.
Yes, we are going to look for you so that we can be a part of that community you're talking about. There's always new people to meet and new relationships to make. So I'm going to take you up on your offer. It's been a great opportunity. Dorothy, if you have anything to share, I'd like to say thank you once again, Beth.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you so much, Beth, for sharing with us. Actually, I believe everybody who is watching us out there, at least you've learned something out of this. This tells you that when you are starting a business, according to the Beth submission and David's submission, it tells you that you need to think beyond money. Apart from making money, what is the main biggest reason or why you are starting up the business? So, for example, David's example, it is clearly showing you that if you focus on how to get more customers and keep them, money is coming automatically, right? So it means you're going to you start to think beyond money. What is your main biggest why of starting a business apart from just making money? It has to be that bond, like it has to be very strong, and it has to be beyond money. So if you're looking for building generational wealth, you can't build it without money. It means money is going to follow automatically without actually even pressure forcing it, because there is the destination you're looking for. It's the same explanation our guest actually explained it, not even in the business perspective, but even in the normal life, like general life for every day. And what I've actually the main point there, it was learning from other people's mistakes. If you learn from other people's mistakes, trust me, it is going to be cheap. First and foremost, it's not going to be expensive, and you're not going to waste a lot of time. But if you learn from your mistakes, it's very expensive, and you will you will make up spending a lot and a lot of time, and you cannot get this time back, right? So thank you so much for sharing. And I think we're going to stop here. We are sorry. We're not going to go through the comments, guys. Maybe next time, okay? Because of time, we're going to leave our guests to go. And thank you, everybody. If you want to watch the replay, make sure go back and watch it from where we started so that you don't miss anything out of this amazing platform, okay? All right, that is it.
Thank you.
Unless anybody, if you have any question or anything like that, or any last word to our audience, we are free to go.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. And for those that are going to watch the replay, or for those that have been here with us tonight, if you need more information about what we're talking about, what kind of opportunities these are, click in the bio section or in the description. There is a link to our website. Click on that website, leave your name and number so that any of us can reach out to you and give you a rundown on how you can get started and how this can benefit you, and see what you can make of that information. All right. Have a wonderful week and see you next time.
All right.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday.